Hey guys, Pyrostasis here, and this is part 2 of my How to Become a Vampire video. I've just slept for 3 days, and now I'm just waiting. Boom, there it goes. Now, understand that when you rest, it does take a couple seconds, slash 30 seconds or so, to quote unquote contract the disease. Now, if you'll notice on my abilities, now that I've become a vampire, that I've only got a weakness to fire, but you'll notice that the other effects are gone. You're also going to get Night Stalker Footsteps, which basically makes you a little bit harder to detect. Your illusion spells become more powerful, and there's some other perks that you get. The key abilities are you can raise the dead, and you get vampiric sight. You also have the ability now to feed on people. Now, first off, I want to show you one thing real quick. It's 2 a.m., so we're going to sleep till 10 real quick. Now, every day that you do not go and feed on somebody, your vampirism is going to progress. You're going to get new abilities, your abilities that you have are going to get more powerful, and the drawbacks are going to get more severe. Now, since it's now daylight, you're going to see the negative effect of being a vampire real quick. And as you can see, now that I'm in the sunlight, I don't get along with the sun very well, and I now have weakness to sunlight, which basically means I'm not going to regen mana, stamina, or health during the day. And that can be a real bummer if you're a caster. And as you'll notice, it's not regenning at all. So, of course I say that, and now it is regenning a little bit. At least I thought it was. From what I understand, the way the regen works, if you have enough regen, then it will regen a little bit. So, like, let's say you have 50 points of regen a second. Right now, I'm at reduced by 15 points. So instead of regenning 50, I'm going to regen 35. I forgot this guy probably has a little bit of gear. Now, you're going to notice she's going to talk to me. Nobody really seems to react badly to me being a vampire because they just can't tell everything's normal. Let me... Yeah, well, we'll do one thing real quick. I gotta wait till nighttime. You do, though, gain the ability to feed on people. Now, let me show you how to do that real fast. Let's see, it's 12:40 p.m., so we want to do about 15 hours. That'll put us at the nighttime. Now, I believe this may kick me over 24 hours without feeding, so that'll probably be a good example as well. The best way to feed on people, it's basically just like pickpocketing. You have to kind of sneak up behind them. If they're sleeping, they won't wake up and they won't notice. Now, my vampiric powers grow as I get more thirsty, and seduction has been added. So basically, I just hit the next level in vampirism. Because of that, I've got vampiric seduction, which basically allows. It's kind of like a soothing ability. It basically keeps monsters and people from attacking me for a certain period of time. At the moment, since I'm only a low-level vamp, that's only 10 seconds. But as that progresses, it gets better. Now, we're going to sneak into the old hag's house real quick. And I'll show you the feeding. Now, you do have a vampiric drain ability by default that's in your abilities. That is not the drain. Now, you walk up to her, she's sleeping, and normally if you pressed E, you would see just pickpocketing. But now I have the option to feed. And so I feed on her. I go back a level, you'll see my powers recede. And vampiric seduction should be gone. Yep, it's gone. And she's away or asleep, has no knowledge that I drained her, and she's just going to tell me to get out of her house, just like normal.
Can't a woman get a moment to herself?
See? So as long as they're asleep, you're not going to get any, negative ramifications for it. So sneak up on your opponents, drain them. I haven't done it on a awake opponent yet. I don't know exactly what would happen there. In fact, let's find out real quick. Let's go ahead and save. Let's go find us a guard.
gates open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
Now you notice he was looking at me and I was still invisible to him. Okay, so because he's not sleeping, I can't feed on him. So only while sleeping.
Dragons?
That's a bummer. You should totally be able to just eat people. You know, like right there, just jump him in the shadows, pull him into that little guardhouse, and just eat him alive. Alright, so at the moment, as you can tell, none of the NPCs and such were having any hostilities toward me. Everybody seemed to be okay. You could hardly tell anything was different other than the fact that you sparkle in the sunlight now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rest for 3 days or 4 days. That's going to progress vampirism to the maximum extent. That'll unlock all of the abilities, but at the same time should make me KOS to people. At the lowest level of vampirism, which I believe most websites refer to as stage 4, there's no negative effects really with people. Nobody can tell. Once you hit stage 3, which is the one that I was right before I went and fed on the old lady, you gain another ability. People may start to say you look a little ill, you look a little off, and you may get some extra conversation pieces. By the time you hit 3, I believe merchants stop dealing with you, and people are really getting weirded out by you. And then once you hit level 4, full blown, you're kill on sight. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate here in just a second. I should put us at level 2, and this will be level 3. I did want to apologize for this week's lack of updates. I mean, I did update some, but I didn't update my usual 4 or so videos a day. I had quite a bit of work to do with the contract jobs that I got, and because I had to change my sleep schedule for those, it kind of threw everything out of whack. So I will do my best to get everything going. Okay, right there. As a blood-starved vampire, you are hated. I don't know. Yeah, she's not going to have any problems with me. Oh, because she's basically a pet. Let's scroll down. Vampiric Sight. I thought I got another ability. Embrace of Shadows. Vampire is invisible and has improved night vision for 180 seconds. So this ability right here is badass. It is a Z ability like your shouts. So let's see what see, everybody doesn't like the vampire now. And I blow my ability. Oh, they're still seeing me, damn it. And I blew my invisibility. Oh god, don't see me. And I was able to break line of sight. Hopefully they will lose track of me here shortly, and I can go about my business. So from this stage here, everybody hates me. If I'm spotted, I'm going to be hunted down. They're going to try and kill me. It's just in general a bad setup. So you have to more or less sneak into towns or find hunters in the woods or however you want to go about doing it. This is also probably a really good way to raise your sneaking and such. You'll also notice that even though it is nighttime, I'm seeing pretty damn good in the dark. Wow, that's invisible. How long does this invisibility last? Holy shit. Powers. Okay, so it's 3 minutes. That's pretty fucking good. So you can see why abilities like this would be pretty badass for a thief or an assassin. You can pretty much get in anywhere you want to get into. Wait till she gets nice and comfy and gets to sleep. And we're just going to feed on her. Now, I don't know if you can actually kill somebody by feeding on them too much. And that should put us back down at the low level. Only a 25% weakness to fire. We've lost vampiric seduction, and everything should be good. Now, I don't know if people realize that you're still a vampire once you've fed. Everybody wanted to kill me a minute ago. Everything seems to be all good now. Yep. Anyways, that concludes my How to Become a Vampire tutorial. Also shows you how to use all the abilities and such. And it's a pretty good start for starting your vampire career, if that's what you're wanting to do. I will be making some videos here briefly that will show you a couple ways to cure vampirism. I'm not going to do the quest yet, because obviously I want to stay a vampire for a little while. But I will be covering that here in a few days. So, hope you enjoyed the video series. If you did, please click that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, tips, tricks, and guides. And I'll catch you guys in another clip.